Alright guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to I had to do a little work on one of my pulling tractors. Had a wiring problem, and what it was the had a wire shorted out and then burnt wire up. You know how that goes. So I have to replace the kill switch on the back of it, and this is what I have left of it. Kill switch. So I figure, I'm gonna show you how I make my kill switches. It's same effective, and it's probably maybe cost you $5 for the parts and a little bit of scrap metals. That's about it. Alright, let me show you. First you want to go to your trailer supply store or Tractor Supply, Rural King, wherever, and get you one of these. It's 4 flat extensions, 12-inch wire length. Extends the reach between vehicle and trailer connectors. That's all you need to get is one of those. When you get it, it's hooked together. I've already kind of jumped ahead, but it's hooked together. So what you do is you just cut it in half, and then you take one end, you cut the 2 middle wires out. You're not going to need that. And these 2 wires is what's going to go to one to your coil and one to the ignition. And it's going to basically just, once you pull it, it'll ground itself out. And the other one, the same way, you cut the 2 of them out. Now this is how I do it. You guys can do it however you want to, but this is how I do it. You cut the 2 middle out of this one also. And then what basically you have is it joins together, like so. And then as say you get disconnected from the sled, it pops out, kills your tractor off. And what you're going to have to make is 2 things. You have to make a bracket, something like this, to attach to the tractor, and then you're going to have to make another bracket like that you can put the hook in from the sled. So it'd be like, this will go in here like this, and then you're going to drill a hole and stuff, but I'll show you that in a little bit. Alright, I'm back. I'm watching my little daughter. She out there playing in the rocks, so I didn't want her to go too far. So what you're going to do is you're going to take, I guess it really don't matter, but for me I usually take the one with the 3 prong. So this one only has 1 prong, but the rest of them are enclosed. Take the one with the 3 prong, and you are going to connect these 2 wires together. Like so. So what you're going to do is get you some, kind of want to measure out a little bit. So you figure, you just want to make a loop. That's all you really want to do, is make a loop. But you got to also remember that this piece, this bracket you're going to make, very simple bracket, is going to go over top of it, so it can't be too big of a loop. So I figure probably about like that. So you're going to cut each end off. And a little excess is alright, you can always trim to fit. I got a freaking cold, so if you hear me sniffling, that's what it is. Freaking sucks. You guys that have kids know what it is. Kid will bring it from daycare, and then usually gives it to you, and then the wife gives it to you, and they constantly blowing your nose, sniffling, coughing. But having kids is all worth it. They're a blast. Looks like I'm having a little problem with this. Alright, after you get it put together, you put a little piece of tape on it and you can solder it, and it's going to look something like that. That's the other 2 wires connected. And then you're going to get a drill bit. It don't matter what size drill bit, you don't want too big, but drill bit, you get you a bolt, and drill right through the center where the two wires you clipped. You drill right through the center right there, and then you put your bracket on that you make. You know, you want like a loop bracket, something like this, you know, so they can stick that hook in there from the sled, and it hooks into here, so you know it can pull. So we'll put this together. Just put it in here. And that's pretty much what it looks like. That side done. You see that? Let's start on the next side. Now the next side is going to be the exact same thing. But the thing is, you don't have to do any of these wires. You know, you just leave those free for right now. So we're going to drill a hole right through here, like we did on this one. And then put your bracket in and call that one good. When you're drilling this, you want to drill right between the two wires you cut, because you're not going to use those. So just drill right there, right in the center. And then you'll have this bracket. You can have any kind of bracket you want, whatever bracket you want to make to fix to your pulling tractor, or if any kill switch. But you know, I'm using this for a pulling tractor, so I got one hole drilled, and this will attach to the frame, and then this side will attach to this. So let's hook this up, and then get your washer. And then get your nut. And just tighten it down. And that side's done. That's the simple side. So what basically you have is these two go together like that. This side will hook to the tractor. This side will be hooked to the sled that you're pulling. And then if you get disconnected, you know, you just pulls apart and kills power.